Welcome to episode 20 of Biohacking with Brittany. If you listen every week, you will have noticed that last week I actually didn't put out an episode. And that is because for the next little bit, I'm going to be putting out episodes every other week, just because I am finishing school really soon. I have my final board exam to write to be a registered holistic nutritionist. And I am developing my consulting business for early 2020 next year. So that's taking up a lot of time and love and effort right now and is basically my main focus. But that being said, it'll probably pick up again in a couple months, I think, like after that's all sorted out. And yeah, we'll go from there. So thank you for tuning in for another great episode today. On the podcast, I have Eric Young. He is the founder and creator of a brand called Mountaineer Brand, and it specializes in men's skincare. And it is all natural. And we basically walk through how it got started, why it got started, and the best-selling products and the trends he sees in men's skincare, and basically just really how to take care of your beard and your mustache and all types of facial hair, because I think a lot of the products that are out there right now are more harmful than good, and he definitely touches on that. So let me know what you think of this episode. It is a different one. It's short and sweet, and it's really interesting because, as obviously many people know, men's skincare and beard care is such a growing industry, where skincare has usually been female dominated in the past. It's nice to see male brands emerging and really doing well in the market. So I hope you get a lot out of this, and definitely share it with your male friends and anyone else who could really benefit from it. Thanks.
So Eric Young, welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to have you here with me today.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Awesome. So I know that you work in the men's skincare health world, and you have developed this brand that really focuses on that. So I would love for you to walk us through kind of how you got to this point and why you got to this point, and just like your journey really in general.
Okay. Well, it started out the year that I started the business, growing a beard like I do every fall. I've always had some kind of facial hair, but usually in the fall I would let it grow because it gets cold around here in the winter. And I always tried to grow it long, and I always got to the point after about 6 weeks or so, I just got frustrated because my skin was getting dry, my beard was dried up, and it just didn't look good. So I started looking at products. I started out using hair products, and that just didn't work because I didn't know anything about really looking for good all natural products. So then I found some beard oil, and it was like $22 at the time, I think, and I was making about $34,000 a year. So that was just not a very wise investment. So I just started looking into what beard oil actually was. And when I saw that it was just a bunch of good organic oils mixed together, I thought, yeah, I could probably do this. So I actually went to the grocery store and got the oils that I needed and some essential oils at this little general store that we sell products to today. And I went home, put it all together, and created some beard oil and started using it for myself, and it worked. So it was around Christmas time. I just got the idea to maybe make some for some friends and see how that went. Next thing you know, I'm buying bottles and making labels and trying to sell it on eBay. And then finally, my daughter suggested selling it on Amazon, and that's when it all turned into a business.
Wow. Yeah. Like, I love that you created from like your oils from scratch. That's amazing.
Yeah. And then it went from oils to a mustache wax, I think, was the next thing. So I learned how to do the wax balm kind of products just by watching things on the internet, just watching how other people were doing it, and then making my own variation of that. And then we started once it really started turning into a business, I wanted to get into something other than beards, just in case the beard fad would go away, or, because beard oil and balm and stuff were new at the time. Now we know it's here to stay, but at the time, nobody knew that. So we started doing other body care products, and we did a lip balm, a hand salve. That's kind of the beginning of what we call our Granny Vickers line, which is stuff that's not beard related. And we've got all kinds of stuff now: sore muscle rub, foot rub, deodorant, all natural deodorant. So the natural stuff is really important to me. I didn't know it. I had a wife that had cancer and passed away, and so the natural stuff that was a big thing once I started learning about it and how bad some of the stuff that you use is for you. So
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really devastating.
yeah, it's okay. Thank you. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I try to do that with my kids and encourage them to use our stuff, or if not, another all natural alternative like deodorant. My daughter doesn't like the scents that we have, so she gets another one. But since I'm buying it for her, I pick up at least it's an all natural. I don't let her use the stuff that's on the shelves in the grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're based in West Virginia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, like, so I'm based in Vancouver right now, and Vancouver is quite a health hub on the West Coast. But
Oh, yeah.
I wonder, what is it like to have access to all natural products where you are? Like, is it a lot harder?
When I started this business, it was, but you'd have to go somewhere like Whole Foods, which I'd have to drive an hour and a half for that. But now you're seeing more and more of it. You can even go to Walmart and get a lot of good all natural products.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot easier than it was just 6 years ago to
Oh,
find,
totally. Yeah.
at least around here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's become such a big trend in a good way. Like, I do think it's a good thing. And I'm sure like that's been great for your business, of course.
Yeah.
So when your Mountaineer brand was starting out, 5, 6 years ago, and you said you were buying these oils from the grocery stores and these like general stores, like what were the basic ones that you were picking up that were like foundational to you making these products?
Basically the same oils that we're using now, but we don't buy them from a grocery store because we're buying 55-gallon drums of them at a time. But we use a base of grapeseed oil and sweet almond oil and castor oil for the most part for our beard oils, and then just essential oils.
Yeah, those are great ones. So do you do this at your house now, or have you moved to a warehouse that you ship out of, type of idea?
It started in my house and it grew so quick that I built a building on my property. And within 6 months of moving into that building, I was adding on to it. And then about the time we got the addition done, the homeowners association decided they didn't want me doing that in there anymore. So I had to move, which, I mean, that was fine. I knew that was, you're not supposed to run a business like that in there. And I wasn't expecting it to get as big and as it did, as quick as it did.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we're in a warehouse now. We've got about 8,000 square foot. We've got automated production lines, and it's gone from me pouring in a bottle with a pitcher to a fully automated production line. We've got a liquid production line and a molten production line for doing the waxes and balms.
Yeah. That's so inspirational. I love that. So you obviously specialize in like men's facial hair, but I know you also have like your other body products as well. So what are kind of like some of the trends that you're seeing come up for men's skin health and men's facial hair health?
It's all kinds of stuff for a beard. Beard oil and beard balm are really, they're important, and it's important to know how to use them too. But there's all kinds of new stuff coming up that just a face wash or just whatever for men. Men are spending a lot of money on body care products.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I think like the men's skincare world is really, really finally like blossoming and becoming a big thing. I think before it was kind of more like female based. So it's
Yeah.
nice to see the male side of things really increasing. So do your products help with like skin irritations and acne and that sort of thing as well?
They do. We have one that we sell that I think a lot more people should know about it, and it's an apple cider vinegar rinse, and that's good for everything. My whole family uses it. I make it by the gallon for myself. We sell it in a in an 8-ounce bottle, but I make it by the gallon for myself because I use so much of it just all over my whole body and under the beard and this to condition the skin, and It balances out the pH and just does all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
That one, men and women use it. We make one that's for like a gender neutral, and then we also make one that says for beards. There's really no difference except for the label.
That's funny. So people use that all over their body. It's not just like on their face.
Yep, under your arms, detoxify your armpits and just wherever you want to.
Interesting. I used to swim a bit, like back a few years ago, and something I actually used on my hair was apple cider vinegar to get the chlorine out.
Yep.
Which worked really well. And people thought I was like absolutely crazy, but I was using like full 100%, apple cider vinegar that I bought at the grocery store. But it sounds like yours has other stuff in it as well.
Yeah, it's distilled water, apple cider vinegar. It's the good organic, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. And then we put essential oils in it. And you can't even tell. There is no, and I'm not just saying this, there is no trace of, at least for me, I don't smell any vinegar at all. It
Right.
just really leaves a nice smell. It's got some peppermint in it, so it's cooling and feels good on your scalp or under your arms or wherever you want to put it.
Yeah. So does that help with people who get body acne or like spots?
Yes, it does. My daughter uses it on her face all the time, and she's had a problem with acne, and she was using, and what this stuff does that you're putting on that you're buying at the store is just causes it to produce more oil and causes more problems. And this apple cider vinegar rinse, it balances the pH, and it's really cleared her up.
That's awesome. Yeah, because obviously acne is a big issue for a lot of people. And I know especially like with males as well, like body acne, so like on their back or on their chest, especially if they work out and sweat a lot, seems to like really clog the pores. Or I guess if they have hair there as well, it seems to kind of like cause a bit of issue. So that's so interesting. It's almost like you're doing like an apple cider vinegar shower.
Yeah, I tease about that. I'd like to put and it could be done, but a gravity-fed container over top of my shower and just fill it up with 5 or 10 gallons of that. And I would use it for a whole shower.
So
it's that good.
Yeah. So how often are you doing this?
Every day. I use it on my face. That's all I use on my face. I don't put any soap on my face at all. I just use pure apple cider vinegar, and then under the beard every couple of days, and I rinse the beard with it. And it's always the last thing I put on my beard. Like if sometimes I'll use a good natural conditioner, but I always rinse it out with the tap water. And then after that, I rinse that tap water out with the apple cider vinegar rinse.
Wow. And it just makes it like super soft and luscious, I guess.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm actually going to look at doing that because I'm pretty similar. Like I don't like using a lot of cleansers or like washes on my face. Like I also feel like it disrupts the bacteria, like microbiome that's going on there. Like a lot of it is so harsh and is like, and then after you wash your face, it feels like so tight and red, and it's just like not the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just drying it out.
Yeah, seriously. So if someone were to get the apple cider vinegar rinse and then, use it in the shower, what would you recommend they put on their face afterwards? Like, do you have like a go-to one moisturizer, or like what would it be?
What I use is just some of a balm and any kind of a natural moisturizer that you like.
Yeah.
Just whatever you're normally using, but I'll use one of our beard balms or hand salves or something like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So are you guys global now? Are you shipping everywhere, or are you just focused in the States?
Yeah, we're shipping everywhere. We have a big customer in Sweden. He buys mostly beard products, a little bit of shaving stuff, but mostly beard. And then our website we offer around the world.
Yeah. And do you notice, like in the last year or so, have you seen any new trends kind of like come about that you're predicting are going to be big in the next 5 years?
The apple cider vinegar rinse, I think, is going to, if that catches on, I think it will be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just because it's such a good all over product for everybody.
Yeah, it's interesting, like just kind of watching the trends and seeing kind of what happens. Like I know with Sephora now, there's like a couple men's skincare brands like in there, especially in the States.
Yeah.
So that's like a really, really big deal because obviously Sephora is known as like a makeup kind of female or feminine store, wellness, like skin health store. So the fact that like there's more male dominant brands coming in is fantastic. Like I love seeing that.
Yeah, you see Sally Beauty now, they have beard stuff and
Yeah,
getting pretty.
it's becoming a big thing. And like, especially just like with the different like waxes that you can do. And people are becoming very creative about it too. Like it's interesting because like I guess the products that are made for the hair in your head cannot be the same things that you use in your beard. Like obviously I'm female, like I don't know. So it's just interesting that you would need something completely different for your facial hair, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. So do you use your products on your hair as well?
Well, I keep my hair cut so short it doesn't matter. So I use the apple cider vinegar rinse on all over my whole, like I said, my face, but my whole head too. Other than that, I'll just take a beard oil after I'm done and moisturize my, like from the neck up.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you said your daughter uses your products. So like what is kind of like her skincare routine with them?
She's mostly just using the apple cider vinegar rinse on her face
Yeah.
and her scalp a little bit, but mostly to try to take care of some acne that she had.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then just I try to have my kids use our stuff, but they're kids. So
Yeah. So you said you have some body care products and different things that you guys use.
yeah,
So can you kind of like explain what those are and how those came about?
we have just the different, like the deodorant. It's an all natural deodorant with no aluminum or anything in it, and a body wash. And we have a healing clay that we've done this like the Aztec healing clay. But they came about just because, like I said, it looked like it was turning into a real business, and I'm just really was trying to diversify.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And like I've been using all natural deodorant for probably, I don't know, like 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really nice to see like drugstores carry it now. And it's just kind of more like everywhere than it used to be. So that's really great.
Yeah,
So
that's another one you can just pick up at Walmart now.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So for the people who kind of like struggle with skin issues, aside from the apple cider vinegar and like your specific products that you recommend, is there any tips that you have found that work, like healthy practices that people can start doing, especially men?
Well, yeah, like you said, using all the all natural products and then knowing how to use them. And
Mm.
just like my beard, I think grows the way it grows just because of the way I take care of myself and my diet. Like I don't eat a lot of stuff I shouldn't. Maybe once or twice a week, but then I work out every day and drink a gallon of water every day and eat 6 good meals a day. So that's another thing that I think really helps with if I didn't do all those things, I don't think my beard would be 6 inches past my belly button.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Yeah.
long.
And yeah, it's just doing those things and staying away from all the chemicals and everything, I think really makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. Nutrition definitely plays a part in hair health, regardless of where it is. So, is there a specific diet or like way of eating that you eat currently?
I try to eat, like I said, 6 meals a day or so and try to watch the calories, but I don't eat a bunch of junk and not a lot of sugar. And it's mostly when I eat carbs, it's good carbs, the brown rice and lean meat and beef every now and then. That's basically it. Pretty simple.
Yeah. And is that kind of the trend, or like, is that what's happening in West Virginia right now? Or are you like very, like, more, I don't know, like marginalized than what most people do?
Yeah, there's a few of us here in West Virginia, but there's a lot more people that are drinking 2 liter bottle of soda every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's crazy. Wow.
yeah, I don't understand it, but I'd be
Yeah.
so sick if I drank that stuff.
Yeah. Were you ever at a point like that with your nutrition?
I was bad. I got bad when my wife got sick just because I was trying to take care of the kids and run a business and eat and do all the things I had to do. And so it got kind of bad for a little while.
Yeah. It's hard when you're kind of like strapped for time and you're stressed.
Yeah. And then taking care of the kids and all that, she couldn't do much. So I was
Yeah.
just eating what I could when I could.
Yeah.
And
And
then after she passed away and I got myself back in order, I decided to get myself back in shape. I've always been into like bodybuilding and stuff since high school, so
yeah.
I knew what to do. I just needed to do it.
Yeah. And so do your kids kind of take after your nutrition habits?
Some they do, and then they'll try for a while and then quit for a while and try for a while, and but for the most part they eat pretty good.
Yeah. So you say you bodybuild. So how often so you're going to the gym every day and you're doing like that sort of workout, I guess, every time you go?
Yeah, we it changes up right now 5 days a week, and I might change it and start doing 6 days a week, or go down to 4 and change the routine up.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty committed to it. I don't ever miss unless I'm out of town, and then I'm usually trying to figure out a way to make it up. So
Yeah. That's awesome. It really sounds like you have such a good routine going and like healthy life going, especially after like something so difficult that you went through. It seems like you've just like built this whole life around health and nutrition and natural products.
yeah, it's important to me.
Yeah. And it also sounds like you're like quite a leader in your community because like from what I know as well is like West Virginia just doesn't seem like a health hub. So
No.
it's yeah, I'm sure it's got its difficulties being a leader there, but I'm sure it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't want to make West Virginia look bad because there's a
Hmm.
lot of people here that do take care of themselves too.
Hmm.
But the phone service isn't great in West Virginia, and that's why we had that problem just now. I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really interesting. So in terms of like when you're at the gym or like bodybuilding or, sweating like you're talking about, do you put any specific products on your beard or skin at the gym? Or is it just more of like afterwards you cleanse again? Or like, what does that look like?
Yeah, just after or whenever it needs it. I don't really put it. One thing I always do is have my beard tied up pretty good at the gym in a braid or some sort of twist or whatever.
Yeah. And when you sleep, is that the same thing? Like, do you tie it up and
Yep.
like get it out of the way? Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much always have it tied up. It's very rarely just brushed out. But yeah, that's important at nighttime too because I'll roll over on it and get it caught under my arm or whatever.
Yeah.
So
And
it could
how,
probably get pretty messed up if I wouldn't do that at nighttime, I think.
yeah. And how often are you like cutting it or trimming it?
Every few months, just a tiny bit off of the bottom when it needs it, just to even it up. But it's still growing. It's like I said, 6 inches below my belly button now when it's all brushed out, and it's still going. So I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. It'll be 6 years. Actually, it was 6 years that it's been growing this week.
Wow. That's crazy. 6 years. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. So
You're
where can
welcome.
people find you and connect with you?
We're at mountaineerbrand.com and also on Amazon. Those are the two biggest places, and a bunch of little mom and pop shops around here that that people probably aren't going to find, but biggest outlet is mountaineerbrand.com.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely going to link those links in the show notes. And I'm just like so excited to like have people hear this and know that there are like natural skincare and, beard care, facial hair care for men out there. Like there's brands that actually do that. And that's awesome. And I love, 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 love what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll put those
Brand,
in. Yep. Yeah, I'll put those in the show notes as well. Awesome. Yep. Thanks so much.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I hope you liked that episode and enjoyed it. Definitely check out Mountaineer Brand. They are linked in the show notes. Same with their Instagram and Facebook page. Give them some love and try out their products. If you yourself need some beard oil or skincare love, or you know someone else who does, I really support them. Love that they're all natural, made from scratch, and just like started really from the bottom. So it's nice to see companies like that really do well. Tune in a couple weeks for another great episode coming to you. I have a couple interesting ones coming up with close friends of mine who are in similar boats as I am in the health world, and kind of just talking about the latest trends and different things that we're seeing going on, especially online, especially on Instagram. So that's kind of coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned for that and have a great week.